Braintree, Essex. A motorist is on his way home from work when a van driver flags him down.
Basically said to me, get out of your car, it's on fire.
Flames are shooting out from underneath the bonnet. Within minutes, the car has become an inferno.
It was properly spitting and banging.
Hey!
One of the tyres would blow out.
What was that?
Essex-based musician Terry is 51 and plays at weddings and restaurants, as well as performing at local gigs.
I did a videography, I did a photography. Trying to juggle it all is quite difficult, but I can't sit around and do nothing. To be able to go and do something that you really truly love and get paid for it, and I don't think there's a lot of people who can actually say that they can do that.
His wife Karen was his childhood sweetheart.
Started going out when I was 13 and he was 14. When we were 17 or 18, we split up. He went off and did his thing. I went off and got married and had children.
They rekindled their romance more than 2 decades later.
We got together through a school reunion, of all things, and we just got closer and closer until I realised that she was the one for me. 5 years ago, we got married. It was the best day of my life. Was it meant to be with me and Karen? Absolutely.
The couple live in the bustling market town of Braintree in Essex, surrounded by countryside.
We live right in the middle of town and everything's on tap for us. Most people around here are great people. If you're in trouble, you know that most people will come and help you.
The busy town is set in a rural location.
It's very important to actually have a car around here, especially for the kind of work that I do.
Terry has to transport bulky equipment for business, so 7 years ago, the couple invested in a large second-hand car.
It's a big family 7-seater that we cart around all over the place.
I can fit in guitars, I can fit in wedding disco. It was just the most comfortable car, and it was like driving your lounge around.
But one day, Terry has to escape his home-from-home vehicle after a not-so-comfortable commute. It's a Thursday in October, and Terry's finished work for the day. He texts Karen to let her know he'll be home in half an hour.
Being a mum, I like to know where people are and how long they're going to be and just make sure they're okay, really.
Got my tunes on, just singing away quite happily. Halfway home, I get to a set of traffic lights, of which I'm just sat there I'm sat behind a large van. And I'm thinking to myself, that's a bit weird. His exhaust is really smoky. I didn't think nothing of it.
But then...
a lady walked past with her dog, and she was like waving. I wound my window down, and she said to me, your car's smoking, mate. I just poked my head out the window, and I could see that there's actually smoke coming from underneath my bonnet. I kind of thought, oh no, what has happened?
He's queuing at a busy junction and doesn't want to hold up traffic, so decides to head to his parents' house half a mile away.
And a lot of people are flashing their lights, beeping. There's a van in front of me. He literally slowed down, put his warning lights on. He's waving his arm out of the window, and I thought, okay, I'll just stop. Taking out the swear words, basically said to me, get out of your car, it's on fire.
Terry reacts straight away.
Grabbed me bag from the front, just got out of the car. When I turned round, I could see flames dripping out the bottom. That was the reality point, and I'm thinking, that's not good.
He begins filming on his phone.
The two guys had come out of the van and were stood next to me. One of them has got a little fire extinguisher in his hand. He said, do you think I'll try and put it out? I said, just leave it. I think we need to step away from this. I know there's half a tank of fuel in that. And I'm thinking, if that goes up, that's gonna do a lot of damage.
He dials 999. Stephen Hill is one of the on-call firefighters who responds.
Come through as car fire. Any fire can spread very quickly, so it's essential that we get there as soon as we can.
matters of minutes could be the difference between saving a life, saving a property, saving a vehicle. We went on blues, the quickest route we could to the job.
The front end of the vehicle is now barely visible through the flames and smoke.
The faster the flames were growing, the more I got away from it.
Terry and the van drivers retreat 100 yards back.
It was properly spitting and banging, a real raging fire. And then now and again, there'd be a bang. It'd be one of the tyres would blow out. Things sparked out the sides.
What was that?
To watch something that you was just driving just totally destroy itself in front of you, I was shocked.
As the fire crew approach, the flames are beginning to threaten surrounding properties.
I could see the smoke in the distance. We started to have a little chat between ourselves at the back, and we said that I was going to be on the initial putting the fire out.
With the sound of the sirens getting closer, Terry decides to video call Karen to explain why he's late.
I said, have a look at that. And I kind of like turned my phone round.
All I could see was his face and a car burning behind him. It's like something you see on a film.
I think there was something along the lines of, oh my God, what's going on?
It was a big fire. I said, I'll come and get you. I don't know what I thought I was going to do.
Then I suddenly realised Karen's never going to get it because the roads are blocked everywhere. So I phoned her up again and just said, you're better off going home. At this point, the fire engine had just turning up.
Police also arrive and shut the road to traffic. Fire officer Stephen and his crewmates get straight to work.
I grabbed the hose reel. As I approached the vehicle, you could feel the heat. You could smell the smells of the burning fuel, the burning rubber, everything inside the car that was on fire. While the vehicle was 100% alight, it started to spread to the surrounding bushes.
Terry can only stand and watch as the crew turn powerful hoses on the vehicle.
I was really sad because I loved the car.
In less than 10 minutes, the fire is under control.
We would then continue to check the car for hot spots because it can flare up again. The car was completely destroyed. It was unmovable, so therefore we had to wait for recovery to pick it up and handed it over to the police to ensure the road was safe.
Terry gives his details to the emergency services. There's nothing more he can do. His brother avoids the traffic, taking a back route to collect him.
When he got back, he was just glad that it came back in one piece.
And he's relieved he stopped when he did.
If I'd have carried on driving, I would have parked it on my parents' forecourt. That would have taken out their 2 cars, possibly their house. It could have gone up a lot worse with me inside it. And who knows, the electrics might have failed and I might not have been able to get out.
The day before, I'd been in it driving with dogs and children.
The couple have now replaced the car with a newer version of the same model. The cause of the fire was never discovered.
The car was running fine. For it to suddenly start smoking, who knows why that's done that?
Terry's very grateful to the van drivers who stopped to warn him.
If they're out there, if they know who they are, honestly, thanks very much.
Thank goodness Terry pulled over when he did, and thanks to the guys who waved him down.